Let's see, do I speak? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm test riding Harley Davidson Glide Street. It's a nice bike. We just done the course inside and now we're going on the road. Alright, so the difference between Glide Street and Glide Road is basically the front. This thing with street moves, it's connected, and with the road it doesn't. It's a fixed, it doesn't turn with the steering wheel. Of course it's raining and wet, so this is gonna be interesting. I changed the setting to rain. There is a lot of infotainment. I have a radio as well that I'm not really planning on using, but we'll see. So that's the mostly when it's warm. And it's a huge kitchen drawer here, and it's a touch screen, so you could technically touch and then touch, and then it's gonna start the GPS, and then if I want it back I would just press it again and again, or this thing to cycle through. Alright, time to roll. Very different bike than my bike. Very low, very small, very heavy, very, let's call it, not nimble. So it's a completely different beast. Completely different beast. But it's good fun. They treat us with lunch and coffee and sweets, and it's really done well, and it's really designed to make people who don't ride heavy bikes get comfortable with Harley Davidson, which is really the goal. And it's a good, I would say, a good group. They know what they're doing, and it certainly makes you feel like you can own one, and control it on a low speed. And they have all sorts of different bikes. They sit you on a bike that it makes sense to you, so you can choose multiple bikes. Not that I want to compare, but I mean, it's done a lot better than BMW, I have to say. So if you ask me, Harley's doing this a lot more effort, a lot better, a lot more, I don't know how to call it, enjoyable, or like just end-to-end is put together in a lot more entertaining way, especially because they're trying to get you on a much bigger bike and a heavier bike, and there is general push, not to do that. It feels small, like this bike, it's got more than twice the size of the engine that my bike, and it's heavier, bigger, but it feels much smaller, lower to the ground. Obviously vibrates on the minimum and state when we are stationary. Otherwise it's a really nice bike. Okay, so we are turning, and yeah, So if you ask me, this is probably once you learn to drive it, ride it on a small speed, this bike it's actually easier to ride on the road than a big GS adventure. So yeah, it's nice. Let's crank the music. I don't know if you can guys hear it, but there we go. I can hear music really well. Okay, let's. So I put it in rain mode, so it's really gentle on the oh, I see. Oh, it's compensating for the noise. Amazing. So the sound is compensating for the noise. That's fantastic. Yeah. Self-canceling indicators. You can change the mode. So right now it's in a rain mode. This is the road mode. This is sport mode. This is adventure or something with A, and then goes back to rain mode, which is what I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, third, second. Yeah, I would say this is more Harley, very short, like from my knee. Look at that, from my knee to the steering wheel is like less than my fist. Obviously different style bike would have very different ergonomics, which makes sense. It's a different style, but this one it's really designed for a classic riding, cruising down the road. I think I would have to get used to riding long miles with this. I think there's a lot of pressure on my back, considering that my legs are completely in the front. So I think it's a getting used to it, but it doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just, I think, a different muscles. I think on my more adventure bike, my upper muscles on my neck have a lot more, because it's kind of more forward, so all the pressure kind of tends to be up high, which is actually fairly hard for me, and have been dealing with a lot of stress and pain when I'm riding more than an hour. I think this one, it's hard to say. I think the pressure would be at the lower back, so I would definitely invest in the rear backrest. But apart from that, it's obviously brand new Harley Davidson. It's as comfortable as it's gonna get. I feel like I'm in my armchair. I mean, if I have the backrest, I would literally feel extremely comfortable with this. You know, vibration, I think that's a kind of a feature on this bike, on the lower revs, once you get it going. So I would say, yeah, maybe after 2.5 around there, vibration goes. So that's good. There is a lot of heat when it's stationary. Very quickly you get a heat from the engine on your legs, which it's a known thing. I mean, it's a big engine, so that you're gonna always get that. But once you're getting, even, it's interesting, even on the parking lot, as soon as you start moving even a little bit, it moves all the heat. It moves all the heat away so quickly. So you're never gonna ride and feel the heat, I have to say. As long as you move, well, definitely not on this weather, but as soon as you move, even at this speed, 10 kilometers an hour, the heat goes away. So as long as you're not stuck in traffic. As long as you're not stuck in traffic, you will not have a challenge with the heat. The good news here is we're doing the same route I've done with the BMW test ride, or very similar route at very least. So let's see how it is. I mean, in all honesty, the BMW, it's more fun bike. I mean, GS adventure bike, it's the bike that you wanna, you feel comfortable, you're happy on the throttle, you're happy on giving it to her. This one, it's a lot more about cruising, enjoying. So it's, less energy, bring the energy down, like cruising, like one hand on the steering wheel, cracking up the radio, enjoying the ride. It's good. It's good. So it's, once there is that mental switch of a different approach to motorcycle, I fully appreciate this bike, and I can see why someone would have these big logos here, and why they would start dressing it up, and why they have that live to ride, ride to live. It's definitely something special about Harley Davidson, and being on the road with him, it's a lot of present, and you feel like it's designed for getting you comfortably down the road. Now, I guess you would have to build up a little bit of muscle to have a long distance on these bikes, or that's maybe just me, I don't know. But definitely beautiful, beautiful bike. Done really nicely, high quality finish, everything feels premium. Even the seat, it was feeling a little bit hard, which I personally like, because it gives you a lot of support. So while it was maybe hard on the showroom, now on the road it feels amazing. It feels really comfortable. It feels like an office chair, and not in a bad way. It feels like an office chair that supports you, that you can I feel like I could be sitting here for a lot longer than on my adventure bike. The seat is amazing. Amazing. All right, we are turning. Interesting. Yeah, so the rain mode, it's pretty good, because as soon as you open the throttle, as soon as you open it, it actually starts to starts to controlling the engine input. Yeah, not the best day for a test ride, or maybe it is, depends how you look at it. I like it that I enjoyed this bike even on the rainy day. I like it that it feels protected, that I'm not getting soaked. I mean, if you look at the screen, it's almost dry, and there's been rain, I mean, and also we are riding, so it's nice to see that, like, screen, especially because it's a nice touch screen, and there's a lot of effort in a Harley Davidson entertainment, which is ironic in a way, because they used to be known as a very simple bikes to fix, very simple to operate, simple in general, right? Like from the Second World War, the idea was that it's a simple, reliable, always running bike, and they would sacrifice a lot of entertainment and comfort to be there. And then you would buy it and modify it to make it comfortable, and then it goes for a very, very long time and simple to fix. Now it became all full-on entertainment, very comfortable, very complicated in a way, but you could feel it, you understand why. It's know, there's no vibration. It feels smooth. It feels nice. It feels like, even on the raining setting, like it's raining, but I can open the throttle. Feels zero concern. Like it knows what it wants me to do and what it doesn't want me to do. Now, of course, so I would say it's very enjoyable. Even the potholes are pretty observable. And they were explaining what, like, it was good, I would say, explanation and introduction into Harley Davidson. They explained what they had done over the years to make it more comfortable, including the suspensions and things like that. So they definitely, you know, went through the product to make it modern and make it good. Okay. The shifter, it's super, oh shit. The shifter is super sensitive. All right, unfair comparison. Would I get this over the GS Adventure? No, I wouldn't. And it's very simple reason. I would like to do some dirt roads. This doesn't give me anything for the dirt roads. Okay. So that's why I wouldn't pick this over that, but I can see the wants. I can see why people would pick this up. I can see why people spend a lot of money. I think this one, it's 38,000 new. So probably with tax and a couple of extras, you will probably go over 40. Yeah, so I would say that that makes sense. My legs are not comfortable moving forward. It feels like I don't have control over the bike. I will definitely have to get used to that. Gears. Okay, so sixth nothing, fifth nothing. All right, fourth gear maybe. So he likes to rev. I mean, compared to cars, I guess, compared to other bikes, it's probably revving really low. So it's definitely a lot of engine there for a lot more than what you probably need on a bike like this, but that's probably, in terms of the top speed, at least true for most of the bikes. Ah, look at that sound. That's a Harley. Is it a quick shifter? Yep, it is. Alright, and it's actually an amazingly good quick shifter. This quick shifter is better than BMW. Definitely. This quick shifter is amazing. Look at that. No, it actually doesn't let you change if you're going too slow. That's fantastic. Let's see. We go a little bit faster. Yep. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, my back, my rear back, it's already talking to me. It's definitely the muscles that I don't use on my other more adventure-like sitting position, my other bike. So it's a different muscles that are under pressure here, and I'm pretty sure this is solvable with the rear backrest. If you get a backrest, you're golden. But my back is like a banana, that's for sure. I would have to be much higher to not be in that position. Yeah, so just a backrest, that's all. This is the only thing I would put on this bike, a backrest, and you're good to go all over. As long as there is a asphalt underneath you, you're good. Even if it's a bad asphalt, you are golden. You are golden. Yeah, you are golden. Okay, that's the instructor that came through. That's the bike that I'm riding. It's the same one. And you could see, like, when, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but like when he's have instructor at the back of his jacket, if you have a nice backrest about that height, you're golden. You are golden.
Back to school signals a fresh start for students. New classmates, new teachers, new lessons. Change is in the air. But one thing hasn't changed. The Ford government still isn't investing in public schools. 6 years of cuts mean our students aren't getting the supports they need. They can't wait another year. If the Ford government won't change, it's time to change the government.
Okay, there you go. She's buying this bike. She's super happy. She was telling me, she's like, yeah, I'm sold. I'm buying this Pan America. That's it. She was super happy. She was riding the one like this before and she couldn't balance it. She found it too hard and they put her on this one and she was like, yep, that's my bike. So I'm pretty sure she's walking today with putting down the deposit. All right, well, thank you everyone for coming for a ride. That's where the show ends, I think, at least.